Activate.
It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rich Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. It's Tuesday night and we're here and we're going to have a blast tonight. We got a great show for you. We got the usual stuff. The comedy preview, review, whatever you want to call it. Current events as always and whatever ticks us off.
Oh, yeah.
I am Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
I'm Mark the Blind Guy.
Or better known as Mark the GPS now. And I'm Jay Feverman.
What would Jay do? The Holy Roller.
Let me adjust this.
Jay would almost get into a fight today.
Uh-oh.
That sounds fair.
I'll
That
see you at
sounds
the
bad.
It was
playground
interesting.
after school. Oh.
That's better.
All right.
So Jay, the Holy Roller, almost dukes it out on the streets of Southern California. What's the world coming to? What would
Dukes
Jay
of
do
Hazzard.
in this situation? What would Jay do? And
Jay
apparently
said, walk on home, boy.
put his foot up
He went
someone's
Pantera.
Hug
arse.
out. Oh.
So that's all right. So it must have been pretty bad for that to happen.
Oh,
We'll get into that in a little while. We'll get into the day-to-days of everybody. We've been working on the poster and flyer and all that good stuff for the new show coming up. It'll be the first of its kind. And because of Bill's schedule, and I've been saying his name wrong the whole time.
1, 2, 3. Jubrin.
Yeah.
I had it right.
So, apologies for that.
What were
but
you saying, though?
I don't know. Jurbin or some shit.
Jubrin.
So anyway, he's going to be, because of scheduling and whatever, his work looks like, most likely, 95% he's going to be on the podcast prior to the show on
At the Wildwood.
Wednesday at Wildwood.
Okay.
And if this does happen, he will also be on the lineup.
Good
for
lordy.
the show.
Oh, my goodness.
That's wild.
So you
That's
guys
good.
prepare for 5 to 7 minutes.
Woo.
Kirk, the headliner, does 45
God damn.
minimum.
My God.
And then Bill's probably going to do, 12 to 15, whatever. So it should be an interesting show. I'm going to host. I'm going to be in and out. I'm going to do a little crowd work that night. I normally don't do it. But we're going to do a little crowd work.
Oh, man.
So,
our little
we'll have
audience
some
is going to
fun.
be eating
I got some
Pelon
people
up.
saying they are eager to come watch the show.
Really?
I told them today, and they were like, they said, put us down. I had 4 people say,
Well, here's
put us down.
Here's the deal with that. I'm glad you brought
Put
that
us
up.
down like old Yeller, baby.
Jay, the Holy Roller, here's the deal, because each one of you is going to get 10 tickets.
10!
And sell them or you pay for them, one of the two. I don't
Oh,
give a shit.
hell no. This ain't no pay and you go. No. This ain't one of those Matt
No.
Taylor show productions.
We need to sell 10 each. We have sponsors, so the show's going to be paid for. So we're good. All the talent's already paid for.
My.
So I went out and got 2 sponsors. They might upgrade themselves to. Here's the deal. If you're out there, you own a business, you want to write it off, we do have a tax ID number to give you. We are a legitimate business. We are an LLC, the show is. So we can give you all the numbers and paperwork necessary for you to write it off as advertising. What you get is on the flyer, if we can get it fast enough, or your art and all that, on the posters, you have a banner on the stage. I will mention it the whole show about you being the sponsor, and you'll even be in our podcast as a sponsor that night. So it's $300. You get 4 tickets to the show free. Your company does, plus all the other stuff. So $300 is the lowest. That's for that one night. If you do $750, you are on all 5 of the first shows.
Oh,
So
wow.
you
That's
get
a
5
nice
shows.
deal. I think
Right.
we need to talk to our real estate friends from Inland Tavern.
If you do $1,500, you are on the entire series for however long it goes.
That's a
So here's
Wednesday
the
night.
gamble.
That's
Here's the
real
gamble.
estate people.
It could go for 2 or 3 years.
Hey.
You're on every show.
You're on every
Because
show.
put up to $1,500.
That's what's up.
So it's all tax write-off. It's all advertising for your company.
Bing, bing,
So
bing.
if anybody wants to do it, send your art in, send your money in,
Rabbit.
and we will accommodate and we will appreciate. So it's gonna be a great show. We got a great lineup. It should be some fun.
It will be.
And if you happen to bring, like, not that it's a bringer or nothing, but if like say Jay, you bring like there's like 25 people there to see you, well, obviously you're gonna get more than 5 to 7 minutes, because there's a lot of people there to see you. So we'll just kind of, like me, everybody's heard me. Fuck it, I don't care. I'll go up there for 2 minutes and let everybody else go. I'm fine with that. What's that?
Huh?
You better just sell some tickets for
So,
It's one of those Matt Taylor deals. It just feels.
No,
Let's
it's
do
just-
this, man. Let's just
this
do
is-
this.
this is a little
This is
bit
gonna
of
be
a-
our first one.
It's a little bit of a business.
First
so
dance, baby.
It's our
dance.
first dance. Stranded at the drive-in.
I could have danced all night.
So it's going to be interesting.
What will they say?
I don't know for sure, but allegedly, as Chubby tells me, the great designer of women's apparel and accessories, purses, wallets, all that good stuff, has decided to call it quits, and not in business, but 6 feet under. So I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for those that take their own lives, unfortunately, but I do feel for them as far as whatever they were going for or through that caused them to go to that extreme. I do feel for the pain that they felt. But as far as taking their life, I'm not going to sit here and say that I am sympathetic of that. That is a cowardly move. As far as I'm concerned, anybody that has done, if somebody has done it in your family, I apologize if you take it the wrong way, but that is a weak way out as far as I'm concerned. But try and help out somebody before they get to that point is what I say, and try and get them off of that path of self-destruction. It's rough, man. People of all levels, ages are doing it more and more. And unless we address it, unless we try and help them out before the fact, it's going to be super common where, everybody around the world is going to have somebody in their family that's going to do it.
The late, great singer for Queen had something to say. Don't try suicide, nobody's worth it. Don't try suicide, nobody cares. Don't try suicide, you're just gonna hate it. Nobody gives a damn. Yeah,
Very
get some help. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But, her family and all that stuff, man, I do feel for them because they didn't sign up for it. So it's a little bit on the selfish side. Whatever, I'm sure I'm going to hear some grief over that. I don't know what anybody else got to weigh in on it.
Well, I didn't know anything about it because it's not in my wife might know who the person was. Be like, oh, I had that.
But
hand.
no matter who it is, let's say it's one of your favorite musicians.
Well, even then, when Chris Cornell took his, I guess he had something going on. It's a shame because the guy was such a talent. My thing is, if you have kids and you do that, I don't see doing that, unless you maybe some, like you've got bone cancer and you're in like massive pain. If you are, then I'm all for, like I told my wife, I'm in massive pain and the doctors say I can't, you're not allowed to take it. I'm euthanasia. I've got insurance. I'll be, she'll be taken care of. She doesn't like when I talk that way, but I'll off myself if I'm in massive pain.
Right. Does the insurance still pay though?
Huh?
Does the insurance still pay?
Oh yeah, I used to sell. Yeah, you have to. There's a 2-year waiting period. They figure after you wait 2 years, if you hadn't off yourself, then that you pretty much would be over. Like if you were going to kill yourself and get the insurance, yeah. So yeah, you can still. There's no. You can commit suicide. Yeah. Now I'm not saying for people to commit suicide, but if I'm in massive pain, like my mom was in massive pain when she passed. Right. She was just in. It was a blessing when she went. She was asking God to take her because she was in a lot of pain for a long time. So,
see, in that situation, I don't have a problem with over medicating them a little bit and sending them on their way.
Yeah. My dad did. He goes, well, I'm not going to do that. He goes, she's my wife, and I'm not going to do that. I go, I know that, Dad. What? I'm just saying. I just kept telling my mom. I said, it's okay. You're a believer. She's like, but she goes, I'm waiting for the baby. But I go, the baby's not here yet, Mom.
Well, let's say she's in excruciating pain. You're living out in the sticks, right? Yeah. Out there. And, okay. And, where there are no rules or whatever. So I would never have to. I would never want to be faced with that. But yeah. But would you like put the gun to her head and pull the trigger for her?
No, I couldn't.
If she asked you,
I couldn't.
If she begged you to do it,
I don't think I could do that to my mom. I just still couldn't do it because of. It just would be tough. I understand.
Is it sick that I could? That I'd be okay with it?
No, I can do it to.
Is there a problem?
I've done it to a rat that was suffering because it was caught in a mousetrap.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I'll squish the
rat. That's a poor.
But a human being, I just couldn't do.
That's a poor example.
Now myself, I could do it to myself. Like I said, if there's no getting better, and I'm.
That's the one thing I won't do. Yeah, is to myself.
I would I would just do it.
I'll do it to some annoying fuck driving down the street.
Yeah.
If somebody asked me, like, please,
yeah. I can understand.
No problem.
Well, it was like in that spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, the movie's been out forever. The movie with the Clint Eastwood movie with the woman boxer.
Oh, the $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah,
that was like 8 years ago.
Yeah, but hell, some people, I haven't seen it yet. Well, tough luck, man. It was a great film, man. But it's sad. And he's talking to the priest, the Catholic priest, and he goes, "You can't do this thing. You can't do what she's saying to do." Right. He goes, "Well, she didn't ask you. She asked me." And he goes, I love her, because he loved her like a child and stuff. It was different, because she was really hurting. So, sorry, Catholics, but you're wrong about the Bible.
Oh, what about it? Like you're going to hell if you kill yourself?
Not again. I sound like I'm. What I'm saying is they're wrong in that they're saying that that God says it's a moral sin, and it's not. It's not in the Bible saying that at all. So,
are you sure?
I am 100%.
So the Catholics and the popes,
they're wrong. Yeah,
all across the wonderful world.
I'm not a Catholic, so I don't go for dressing up in a nice robe and all that stuff. It's all about the Bible. They just added all that extra stuff. You don't have to pray to Jesus. You don't have to pray. I mean, you pray to Jesus. You don't pray. You pray to God the Father through Jesus. You don't pray to Mother Mary and all that stuff. It's completely unnecessary. I like the you don't care. You're not a believer, Rick, so it doesn't matter.
I do believe. What are you talking about?
You're screwed.
I do believe.
I hope you do.
I do believe. Yeah,
I'm just saying Catholics have it wrong. They have all this unnecessary stuff and rituals that aren't in the Bible at all. They were added 300 years after.
Here's the thing, Jay the Holy Roller. I am a believer, and Jesus Christ, He is my Lord and Savior, and all that.
Okay. So I thought you.
However, I hate all the Christians that come with it. That in the churches and all that, I don't like that. The difference between
you're dealing with
me
humans.
And like us, the non-church goers and the church goers, is okay. You don't swear, you don't drink, but you do all the other crap. So what's the difference? There is no difference. You still think that you're better than other people. You still.
I think you're speaking for a lot of people that it's not. I used to be the same way. I've written songs about it and stuff. A song called "War Is the Fiction," and there's a lot of hypocrisy in the church. There's hypocrisy in mankind,
right?
But there's a lot of people that when I do I work all the time, but when I do get to go to church, they're just decent people who admit, yeah, we're sinners too, and I'm not better than that, because I'm not better than anybody else. I just believe I'm saved. But I understand when you talk about the hypocrisy. I just don't think it's as big as saying. There's a lot of people who claim to be Christians, and they're clearly not.
I just recently
clearly not
a separation in the Christian faith. Let's look at the whole kneeling thing in the NFL. How Tebow did it in honor of worship and everything, and his presence of it.
His
reason for doing it.
Yeah.
But when did he do it?
He would do it during the game.
Okay. Not during the national anthem to protest.
During the national anthem to protest.
He was praying.
but
Yeah.
it's depending on when and where. So
Did
he's a devout Christian.
Did some black dude come up with this bullshit line
No,
of thinking?
no. It's an observation because Kaepernick is also a very faith-based Christian.
He's not a Christian. He's a Muslim.
He's not a Muslim.
Well,
Take
whatever.
that back.
Well, whatever.
Take that back.
He's not a Christian.
He's a Christian.
No, he's not.
He's a Christian.
His family might be.
His family, and he was raised
think-
and
He was raised by white people.
Like
Kevin Costner
Then
was-
he's definitely
he was
not.
raised
Like Kevin
by white
Costner.
people.
Yeah, I'm talking old Baptist here as well, man. He's
no,
not,
okay.
man.
Hey, like Kevin Costner was raised by wolves.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen just the stuff that he claims to believe in, the T-shirts he wears. I don't believe that he's a Christian. Maybe he says he is, but he's not.
Yeah,
And I'm not.
I'm sure he throws a few.
He has the right to do it.
Right.
I'm just saying, as a business sense, what it does, this whole protesting and stuff, it's hurting the NFL, and I love the NFL.
It's you know what though, it's his job.
It's hurting the business of
his
the NFL.
job is to play football,
Exactly.
not to
Shut up and
not
play
to put on the front of every newspaper and on
bothers
TV
me.
his personal beliefs.
And they were talking about that, which I don't know if they're going to, about going back to what it was back in 2007 or whatever, or 2008, and just having them do the national anthem and then let the players come back on the field.
All right,
Well,
so
yeah, it was
they do the
it was-
warm-up, then
it
they
was
go.
it was the Enduring Freedom and the Operation Desert Shield
yeah.
When it started.
when it started up
You mean
again.
are you talking about the war for oil?
The war for oil,
Right.
but yeah, that was when it started up again.
Just make sure you
I'm
clear
not
what we're
Pat
talking about.
Tillman, yeah.
Hey, but before we get on to Kaepernick and the war and all that stuff, talking about the suicide thing, I want to hear Mark's take on it. I don't take Mark as an atheist, but he is more of the new age belief and thinking with the younger folks out there.
Younger folks.
Are you not younger?
Well, I'm younger, but
Okay, well, speak on your beliefs, fucker. Come
Grab
on.
that mic and
on my
speak up.
beliefs.
Yeah, like what do you
My
think
beliefs?
about this suicide, her committing
Are you-
suicide, or anybody that
Are
you know?
you? Is he?
She's
So is he?
committed
Is he
suicide.
representing all
Are you
millennials now?
Muslim?
Yes, I hate to feel I don't have no pity for that, because if you're trying to have an easy way out of this life, then you're going to have something
All right.
that's coming towards you. So,
And what is your faith? What do you claim?
my claim, I'm not going to sit here and claim any gender of origin just because of what y'all have just been saying. It's a thing. I grew up in Utah, and there was LDS, and then Christian, and then baptism, and then come out here.
Are we talking? So
for-
Mormon. You were.
Hey,
you were
for
raised
those
Mormon.
that thought he said LSD, and no, he said Latter Day Saints. Yeah,
It's Mormon.
right.
It's Mormon.
Which is Momonos, yeah, in Spanish.
High
Momonos.
priest, that's what you get when you
Right.
prostitute. Anyway, so it's just that right now, it's all for monetary gain of fear, backed by fear. So just don't pay into it.
Your girls, huh?
It's my beliefs.
Don't you feel maybe that you're here for a reason, Mark?
course,
Because because God knows you should be dead, right? With what you went through.
God would know, and
Yeah.
bless it. He says I'm not, and I'm grateful for that. And,
Yeah,
for
there you go.
religion, every religion.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I remember when before I became a member of the show, I heard your story. I was like, whoa, that was like inspirational and stuff. Then I found out if I get you in my car, I can just turn off my GPS because I got you,
turn off
man.
the GPS
Because you already got Mark, man.
So what?
That's awesome.
So what do we get at? No, there's no.
There's no such thing.
He's not claiming any faith.
He's not claiming.
So
anything.
you also are not very sympathetic.
I'm not very. Hey, to each his own.
So
man.
what's your
Shit
mantra?
happens,
Like,
hey,
What-
someone was playing with a gun, and guess
Right.
what? I got fucking shot. So
Right.
if you're gonna commit suicide, then you're a dumbass. So
right.
I have no pity for that shit. I just.
So what do you believe in? What do you wake up every day and say, "This is what I stand
I
for"?
believe in when I wake up every day, I have another fucking chance to enjoy another beautiful day that I have in my
There you
life.
go. So he's of the day by day faith.
I'll take it day by day.
Go out and get as
Because
much as you can
we
done
gotta
in
look
one
at it in
day.
today's society, man, we got a high school dummy with his finger over all the nukes, can piss over everybody. And then we got, not even that, just just
Who are we talking about? The Orange Man?
You talk about the Orange Man? You can't talk about the Orange Man.
Right.
you know, exactly.
Hey, that dude's no joke, though, man.
Fall
You
down
might not
some
like
stairs,
him.
please, just
You
fall
might
down some
you
stairs.
might think he's a buffoon, but that fucker's no joke, man. Don't fuck with him. Don't cross
He's gonna
him.
get elected again.
Yeah, don't cross him, man. That guy.
Get elected
Hey,
again.
he
Yeah,
said.
he is.
All the people
Hey,
that elected him the first time are the ones paying the $2.6
Well,
trillion
here's the thing.
tax for him to be reelected again.
He's gonna get.
You know what the crazy
his
thing is,
numbers
Mark?
Say he's gonna
Mark,
win.
you know what the crazy thing is? Everybody's going to reelect him again.
That's what I'm saying.
How nuts is that?
Because they're,
You know why?
Because the Democrats are going to put up a douche.
They're
They're going to put up a douche to go up against us, even douchier than him.
What?
And that's it.
All that complaining,
Bill Maher?
all that talking, all that stuff backfired on them, and now nobody wants to hear it anymore. Nobody.
Here's the thing, yeah, because they're so they went after him so hard and tried to tear him down so bad, and he survived. He's like a cockroach. You can't kill him.
Here, you know,
Chop
here's,
that
here's
motherfucker's head off. Just fall down the stairs.
look. Here's my thing.
Saying,
I don't.
Hey,
He
here's
pisses me off. I don't.
Hey,
you have to
always kill
you
a
have to be able to
cockroach.
separate the two.
At least he
You're-
got me my conservative judge.
At least we took
That's
the
what I like.
cockroach
I
head
got
for
my
7
spiritual,
days
and I
somebody
still
else
got
took
my
it.
guns. He delivered on those two.
So look,
And then a bunch
you got to
of
be
other
able to
crap.
separate your feelings for him as a human being and
As a
what he's
businessman
doing,
and
what
then
he's
as a
doing.
president.
as
And
a
our
president.
economy's going well. It's doing very well.
The thing I have a hard time with
But all his tweets
Is-
I can't stand.
is some of the
Shut up.
the stuff that he does and
He's
says.
such a child sometimes.
Like the Philadelphia Eagles thing.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, nobody was going to show up anyway.
Yeah.
But for him to get out there, why don't you just let it pass, right? Let
Yeah.
it happen. But
He always
for
has
the
to.
sake of being embarrassed, the guy calls them and says or tweets.
Yeah.
This tweeting is ridiculous.
Oh,
What? I don't want to just cut him off and tell him you're not allowed to do that anymore.
The reason
They tried to, but he said no.
there's different issues going on here that who called off what.
He did because he don't want to get embarrassed.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed by
'Cause they're
numbers
not
or
gonna
lack
show
of,
up. Right.
of attendance.
So he wants to
by
be the
the
first
team.
one to say, "Hey, I said fuck off first."
Okay, because I mean, Brady
That's exactly,
That's how retarded he
that's
is.
exactly correct.
Brady did the same thing to Obama,
What's that?
not show up. He didn't want to show up.
Right.
Did he?
Yeah.
He didn't- oh,
But
okay.
that's my kind of thing. I would never show up to something.
But he's winning almost every year anyway, so he's.
I've done
Dude,
the
if
same
you-
everything, but it was
Hey,
a black president that
if
Brady said,
you had the option of going to see Barack Obama or snuggling up with Giselle, that's a no-brainer right there.
love on the rocks, ain't no
That-
surprise.
Have you seen her?
Yeah,
Giselle's got issues.
she's an attractive girl.
It's all in her eyes.
But now she's not there. But
STD,
you got
yeah.
Melania.
He's got a new
there.
woman.
Oh, yeah.
Melania's an attractive woman.
Yeah, but what? No. Brady's not going to see that.
No, we're not talking. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and stuff. And I was saying because you went there and
And we came back.
My
No, I'm
point is,
saying what the
you're
guy-
talking about Giselle. You're saying
He'd
well,
rather
then
go
you
home
got
and see his wife than
yeah. Okay.
Mike
go
Fraser,
see-
Maria with Chaparito.
You zigged, I zagged. Okay.
Yes, and all those watchers on that live. You guys welcome.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Anybody need a
I've
Wookiee?
got no privacy.
No Wookiees, please.
Whoa.
We showed a certain number of people and we can't
Are
see.
people talking to us? Are you saying something to us now?
How you doing out there? Well, thank you, Tessa, for watching.
Somebody join.
Thank you, Mr. Singh, for watching. Papa Gringo, are you there?
Papa Gringo, are you there?
He is.
Some hearts and likes
Papa
all across the
Gringo.
screen. Man.
Jorge the Jew.
Papa Gringo's watching. Who else was on there?
Ari the Jew.
Are the Jews on there?
I don't see him.
Hey, why don't you?
Just old.
Just
He
saying.
doesn't get old, man.
Why don't
You
we?
can play- you can-
What's up, Doll X?
Hey, why don't you send out the number for people to call in?
Yeah.
Well,
That number to call in would be.
I'm all ears, Mark.
I don't even remember the freaking.
760-565-3713. 760-565-3713. We're primed and we're ready for your questions. You can text your message or you can call in 760-565-3713 or 760-JOKES13. Pelon and Chubby, we're ready for your call.
So just a reminder, the show, first Pelon and Chubby Comedy Tour show is going to be
June 27th.
Wednesday night.
At the Wildwood.
Wildwood here in Vista. Great restaurant and bar. Come for the comedy show or the podcast. Our normal Tuesday night podcast is now going to be on Wednesday of that week on the 27th. It'll be on Wednesday.
We're not going to do both nights?
We're not doing Tuesday.
Ew.
We're going Wednesday.
Punk ass.
And we're going to do an hour and a half before the show on Wednesday. And then we're going to do our show. No reason to do back-to-backs.
Why not?
Just not...
Damn, Rick.
No
of all the narcissistic reasons to know.
Who's going to watch the Little Rick?
So,
you took me off? Okay.
$10 if you buy them online or you call in. The number to call in is 760-681-6633 and charged by phone. $10. That's all it is. $10. It's your chance to donate to the show and get this thing bigger and better. Electronic,
better,
sound, everything.
Video,
we're trying to
pop.
to get it to like you tune on to the news every day. So just $10. Buy like 4 or 5 and give them away. Be a nice person.
Hell yeah.
You know, but call in, get your tickets. If you show up at the door, we'll still love to have you.
15.
However, it's going to cost you $5 more in donation
15.
to the cause.
That's for administrative processing fee.
Yes.
Handling cash at the door. What's wrong with you people?
We got to pay the girl to sit at the door.
Oh, man.
So that's the difference.
We've
People
never
are
had to
"Why
pay
does
Jay
it-
to
why
sit
does
at
it
the
cost
door?"
More
Oh.
if I show up and go, because you got to pay an extra employee now.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
When we
But it is
busy
what it is.
running things.
Hey, let's get this out of the way so I don't. We're going to do the comedy preview. We'll get that out of the way. So
Comedy preview coming up to you live for San Diego comedy scene north
Go ahead.
and south.
Have you seen the movie, the Showtime series? Which a lot of people don't know. Showtime, you don't even have to have cable to get it. You can go on to Amazon and you can subscribe to Showtime only for $8 a month. And it's super cheap, and they have really good shows like Billions.
Good show.
It's a good show. They have I'm Dying Up Here, which is comedy.
comedy.
Yeah.
It's a story of comedians. My buddy's on the show. I don't really call him
My buddy.
anymore, but we were at one time, and it's funny.
Who's
I
on
can,
there?
Al Madrigal.
Oh,
I
okay.
can talk shit about. I talk shit about the comedy scene in San Diego. I really don't think there's any real funny comics down here. And he's like, "Oh, there's a bunch of them." I'm like, "Dude, you're not even down here. How the fuck would you know?" And so he gets all pissy with me. But then anytime it's some kind of topic about etiquette in the comedy club or whatever, he goes off, and he'll go off while he's on stage. He'll go off on people, but that's okay. You know,
Double standard.
and how he wants to be, you know, all politically correct and not
Double
talk,
standard, man.
One of those that, you know, says nice things in your, you know, when you're around, you know, but then when you're not around, you talk shit, right? So whatever, man.
So he's American.
He's not.
He's American.
He's
Proud
American.
to be an
He's-
American where I can talk trash when you're not
So
around.
whatever. He's big timing now,
Magical.
so
He's
whatever
super
fucking floats your
magical.
boat. But this show, you know, is about the old comedy scene in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But they make it like relevant to now.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of confusing in that way, but it shows how it was back then, but with a lot of the rules of now. So kind of interesting, but they got some cool stuff, storylines. This guy that's going to be at the Improv in Irvine, Eric Griffith.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now when I do. You have to. It's a fine line you have to walk sometimes because, like, I was being questioned on whether or not what are you doing racist material for or something. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about, man? I was like, you know, and so you know, I think we had brought this up a few weeks ago, and then but I said, the heck with it. I've got some new material I'm going to be busting out, and it's either going to go over great or it's going to go over like a freaking. It's going to be like a kick in the head. People are going to go. So we'll see. But it made me laugh and made the others laugh when I came up with it. So I'll save it for the shows. But I told my wife I came up with this one. I was talking about it's my kidnapping story. Yeah. And I say it's always good to plan out a kidnapping rather than to do it willy-nilly. Would you agree with that? I mean, think about it. Because when you just when you just go off haphazardly and just do it, that's when the cops show up and guns are drawn.
Yeah.
But if you plan it, and I mean, you need to plan it. Take time. Get your friends involved. Get your coworkers involved. Establish an alibi. And that way, things can work out, and they can still be in your basement right now, years later.
Absolutely.
That's what you want to do. So always remember that.
Well, I don't think there's much of a difference. It's a theft. It's just theft of a human being. So you could
posh.
You could draw that correlation with robbing a bank, robbing a store. That it should be well planned out.
Well, I'm just saying that. And I go further with it that I'll leave alone right now. But I remember I told it to somebody, and I told it this was on air for another. This is before we were ever doing this podcast. This was a couple years ago. And I told the story of being involved in 2 kidnappings. And then the guy went, "What? Are you being serious?" And I told the story. And then afterwards, he goes, off the air, he goes, I really need to hear the rest of that story, man, because I'm feeling very uneasy. And I told him, he goes, oh, okay, cool. And
that's awesome.
It's worth saving that for another time when I'll do the whole thing.
Dude, it's interesting.
But let's just say guns were drawn, cops had me arrested, and I talked my way out of it, and both times, and then I can just say this. It really is. After you've been involved in 2 kidnappings and you can talk your way out of it, it's still good to be white in America.
It's great to be white in America.
Coming from Chubby.
Right? From Pelon and Chubby.
Hey, that show, though,
say it again, Chubby.
Brings up some important things. Like, there was a couple lines that have a lot of deep meaning in comedy.
Great to be white.
Are we talking about your show, the Showtime show?
The movie.
I'm dying here.
Series?
Yeah.
Like Brad Garrett's on it, and he plays a comic, an older comic, which he pretty much is.
Yeah.
And he did his time in Vegas and all that stuff. And one of the young comics, a girl asked him, she says, "How is it that you became you?" And so he kind of joked it off, whatever. And they started going out and drinking, the 3 of them. And they're talking, they're getting pretty shitty, and he takes the keys, and he starts driving 100 miles an hour down the street, drunk, almost 3 head-ons.
In the show?
Yeah, and they're like, "Slow down," and he's like, "You arrogant motherfuckers, you think you know everything about comedy, you think you know everything about life, you don't know shit. The people that love you will be the ones that kill you as a comic." Because they're either comics are always running from something. That's why we're comics.
Wow.
We're running from something.
Wow.
So the ones that are closest to you are going to kill you because they're either going to make you stay and be what they want you to be and hold on to you tight and not let you leave, go outside, do nothing. Yeah. Or you're going to run from them. But one way or the other, they're going to kill you.
Okay.
See you.
As comics, that's our nature. That's who we are. We're always running from something. That's why we're on stage.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
That was kind of wow.
That's a wow.
Yeah, because my wife and son, they miss me because I do this, and and that's why I'm taking tomorrow night off from doing. I'm not going to do a set anywhere.
Right.
I just said, "There you go." It's my son's, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to hang out with you guys." But yeah,
I mean, this kind of puts you on. But is that really what you want to do?
Huh?
Is that what you want to do?
Deep down, is that really what you want to do?
What part?
Like if you
I want to find the balance.
Forget their feelings. Forget their feelings. Mm-hmm. Would you rather be out every night doing shows everywhere?
The truth is, the honest to God truth is, even though I enjoy doing comedy and stuff, and I love it, and I feel compelled to do it, I love spending time with my family. Mm-hmm. I love it. And I miss them when I do it, but I also know that there's this part of me that has to do this. So I have to entertain. I've always been that way.
The entertainer in you doesn't want to be on stage every night performing in front of a crowd.
Not every night, but I do. I would miss it as soon as when I don't do this week. thank God we're doing this. When I don't do this week,
Right.
I'm gonna miss it. By the time next week rolls around, I'll be like, I gotta do 3 shows.
All
I
right.
gotta do
Just
this.
to make up
All right.
for it.
Exactly.
So let's
yeah.
give it. All right. So the phone rings right now, and they say your booker, your manager, whatever says, tomorrow I got this great gig for you.
I would do the show. I would do it. I already told my wife. I told my wife. I go. If something that's gonna help further the career comes up, we have tickets purchased to go see a movie tomorrow night. I go. I'm gonna go do the show. I mean, yeah, I'm a professional.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna do a show for sure. But I don't have anything set up really. I was just gonna be a mic to hit to try stuff out, and I said screw it. I practice in my car, and I'm gonna hang out with my family.
Yeah, I had a perfect opportunity for tonight. A opportunity to go network with some rap and some industry people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all down, dude. I'll be there. It might be close, it'll be tight, but as long as you got me tickets, backstage passes, or give me media passes so I can get all access, I'm there. And I was like, hold up, fuck, that's Tuesday night. Priorities, man. Priorities. Yeah, I'd love to go to network. I would love to go network and rub elbows with RZA and see this young new rapper and this new guy in the industry. But no, priorities. I had to be here tonight.
You chose us, man. Hey, you liked us. You really like us. Oh, thank
over
you.
Mongoyo, over Evan Stevens.
I don't even know who these people
Over
are,
Mendez.
but it's awesome, man.
Chris
Thank you.
Mendez. I picked those guys. I picked you guys over them.
Is there,
Network
I don't
Hold
know
on.
rap, so it doesn't matter.
Chris
now, if you
Mendez?
Yeah.
now, I'll be honest. If it was Bruce frickin' Dickinson, man, stranger in a strange land, land of ice and snow,
Hey,
I would have went there.
He sounds super hot.
When
Yeah,
you're a
I gotta back off
stranger.
that.
But
Way back.
sorry, I would.
Way back.
I'd be hanging with Bruce. I love you guys. I'd say, hey, I'm gonna call you.
All right.
I'll call
When
you.
you're
I'll call you.
strange,
Bruce Dickinson, Iron Maiden, man.
faces come out in the rain.
Scream it out one more time.
When you're
Stranger
strange,
in a strange land.
Hey, so Jeff Poppy Gringo's
What's up,
asking
Pops?
if Jay's taking song requests.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hit me with it.
so
How about some extremes?
All right, so
Some-
hey, first can we get this in real quick?
we got to squeeze something in.
Get the
And what
comedy
you know
review.
what you know what's funny to me in this thing is, so we got the Irvine Improv. One of the cast members, Eric Griffin, is going to be at the Improv, and he's going to be there from looks like Thursday, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, whatever.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Pauly Shore's doing Sunday, and tickets are $20, and great show. But he lists all his
accolades.
workaholics on Comedy Central. He's got all his different shows, debut comedy album, Technical Foul, Volume 1. Not one time on here, Live at Gotham.
Does he mention
Does
the
he mention the
series?
Showtime I'm Dying Up Here? Maybe he wasn't supposed to. Surviving the Holidays with Lewis Black on the History Channel. I say he's got some great... but, I watched his clip, and he has actually, like, the whole show on there.
Okay.
It's not just a clip. And I kind of like him better on the show, the series. Maybe because there's less.
Less is more, baby. Less is more.
It's... I don't want to say make it sound bad, but I mean the dude is obviously funny,
Yeah.
but it's like us sitting around telling stories the whole show. Like
If there's
Personal-
antidotes in it,
personal, like where it's not your typical premise punchline.
comedy
You
talk
know,
with Hawk, maybe.
I
Comedy talk with Hawk.
like stories. I'm a storyteller,
Yeah.
But-
you are.
but I like.
You are a storyteller.
But I mix in some jokes, like quick hitters too.
Quick hitters, some rhetoric,
You
and
know?
get some.
Like
popcorn. Get some nice
like
old popcorn.
like the one I do about picking up a stray. I picked up a stray this week. I want to say probably like a 5-year-old maybe. Goes by the name of my daughter.
Yeah.
She likes me to put her to bed at night.
Yeah.
Sing her a little lullaby. Can I sing it for you? Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Not that great of a singer, folks. So if you don't like it, fuck off.
Rick Salas.
I do comedy, not music.
Let's hear
so
it.
It goes like this. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Daddy's gonna buy a shotgun and shoot that fucking thing. That last part's actually her favorite part. You know, she goes right to bed as soon as I do that with a huge smile on her face.
Nice.
I love you. Bye bye.
Is it a 12 gauge?
Yes. So he's gonna be there. You know what?
$20.
If you haven't seen him, yeah, it's a good $20 spent. I think on the show he actually plays more of a militant black person, where the clips that I saw from his show, his stand-up, wasn't so much.
Okay.
So that was kind of refreshing, you know.
And we're talking about Jay Leno here, the militant black person.
Yeah.
The militant black.
Eric Griffin. Right? Eric
Yeah,
Griffin.
so not bad.
All right.
Let's see here. Comedy Palace. Actually, what is all that noise upstairs?
You got a new.
It's the Gremlins.
You got a new band starting up there.
Jeez.
Vacuuming.
Anyway,
Vacuumers.
the upstairs neighbor. Holy shit. What?
You bought the
You know
good
what,
one?
dude? Is she that fucking stupid? Is she that fucking stupid? This is the kind of shit that, like, you wonder why in the fuck you ever teamed up with somebody, right? You know, like, what causes...
I think it's awesome.
You know what that is? That's
She's
a
probably-
fucking vacuum.
She's making out with the Kirby right
look,
now.
there's-
Rick.
there's
She's
like-
substituting.
how
Do
many-
you have the badass Kirby? 'Cause
yeah.
it sounds like
She's
it.
making out with the
good
Kirby.
vacuum.
How many hours in a day do you have that you can fucking vacuum? That's not an hour and a half during my fucking show. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know that we're fucking down here?
Rant alert! Rant alert!
Oh
So
my
Rick's a
God.
rant alert.
You know, and they're like, no, really, I am smart. No, I am.
You're going to pay for that later, I'm sure.
My God.
I can't even
Are
say
you
she's
fucking-
making out with the Kirby.
Are you kidding?
She's getting her
Wow.
grind on.
Wow.
I thought it
we're not
added
done
color
yet.
to
We're
the
not
show.
So, Comedy
We're just
Palace
finding another
Comedy
outlet.
Palace.
Comedy Palace
is actually taking our
Suggestion.
suggestion.
We're
and paying
Advice?
somebody.
We're moving the chairs from this
They
side to
have
this side.
DJ Demers
Get ready for the other side.
The Bears.
from America's Got Talent.
America's
Which-
got what?
I mean, there's not a whole lot of comics on there. I think there was like 5 or 6 of them on there.
Well, they had Vicky
But
Babaluk
still.
on there.
Yeah.
Barbaluk.
Not from this
She's
season,
good.
But last season,
Yeah.
and the
So-
guy ripped.
The guy, yeah. So I mean, they're paying somebody. Is
Right.
my point.
What?
So
Good for you.
$20 to $25. Friday the 8th. I think it goes the 8th, 9th, and 10th, whatever. They actually did it for the whole weekend,
The whole weekend?
which is pretty
Never heard of.
amazing. So kid's good. $25. Not that much. Yeah. I think probably 5 of that's going to the kid. You know, not enough, obviously. So whatever. What? Get the money and running.
Here's somebody, groaning
Rocking
or
himself
moaning
to
or something.
sleep.
It might be me. I'm mulling
Is that
over.
you?
I'm mulling over these ideas. He has a request that when we get to it,
No.
I was trying to change the lyrics.
No.
It's a
Pachanga.
good request. That's a great song.
Pachanga's got.
And I'll make it.
Who
I'll
is
make it
this?
interesting.
Did I erase
Is
all the
that Jay
names?
Warrior
Did I erase all the names?
at Pachanga?
Fuck, I think I did. Oh, Vince Carone or Caroni?
Never heard of him.
It's a fine Italian name. Caroni.
Cuánto cuesta la boleta?
$18 as always.
No, wait, they had an $8 event that was better
Well,
last
yeah,
week.
$8 or $9. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so 8.
So 18s are normal, pretty much 21 and up. What?
That's what it was there for.
I can't take you anywhere.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know. He's part of that lineup, you know, the lineup. So anyway, Madhouse, disgusting. I'm not even gonna do them anymore.
Wow.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Zero. Absolutely nothing. So I know how they're staying open because they're not paying anybody. So
there's a bunch of one-off shows, and I think it's the smaller things like the Traveling Comedy Heights show that's jazzing up the event. I was able to frequent Midnight Jack Brewery.
I gotta piss.
The Midnight Jack Brewery show with Comedy Heights. So right in Oceanside, in my backyard.
With Herman, right?
Yeah, Mary Herman and
yeah.
They
She's
actually,
good people.
Yeah, they're good people. Yeah. Paul Herman. And so that was at the Midnight Jack. But there's other pop-up shows at the Why do you do that, Mark?
You said it.
Oh my God. I said Midnight Jack, not Midnight Jack off.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever every time anyone can do a show or a pop-up show, you know, I want to give them credit for producing a show, bringing free comedy to the scene, bringing a rotation of LA comics down and everything. You know, it just keeps the things fresh. We don't see the same stuff all the time, and I can give great credence to her and her hard work. And I got to see Miss Arce work her craft from LA, and then I got to saw Ryan Shore. I hadn't seen him in a while, so it was a really good show at Midnight Jack last week. Yeah. And then down in Carlsbad, and there's another pop-up show coming up here this week, the 14th. That's going to be really good at the we got so many micro brews that there's places for the pop-up shows, and it's just going to be great, you know?
They're like pop-up breweries. Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Anything that's mentioned in beer. I was right there with you, man. Many years ago, but I would have been... We would have been pounding them. I would have been drinking you under the table. Brother.
Listen, double chin, you probably could, but you know,
I was drinking 3 beer. I was beer ball. I was like Frank the Tank. I was doing 3 at a time in the takeout beer balls.
Wow!
And I would do that on stage House of Blues, man.
So I never drank, but what all these shows at these different breweries and learning these little IPAs and little tricks and sculpins and all that stuff like that. I'm starting to learn the language. But yeah, I'd like to get back at the Iron Fist. I'd like to get back at some of these other places. So we'll be moving shows. We'll be doing some things. Keep you guys.
I have to. Since Rick's temporarily not here, I have to do a Rick line now.
Get it?
You have to take the fist
at the Iron Fist. Yeah.
Yeah. Take the fist at the Iron Fist.
Yep.
I'm just saying what I know Rick would have said. That's exactly what he would have said. 100%. I bet you if you say it right now to him, he'll say, "Just go ahead and say your thing."
Doing a show at the Iron Fist, you have to.
He said he was just doing he was doing a show at the Iron Fist.
The brewery, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you have anything you'd like to say to add to that?
I haven't been to the show, so I can't.
No, I meant like one of your wives. Never mind. That's just you're out of your element today. I said it too. You mean you took the fist?
Just
take the fist.
Easy cracks.
You do.
Take easy cracks.
It has to be like a little witty.
It's witty.
Or something.
You just kind of go. You mean you take a fist?
No.
You tilt your head a little bit.
I don't do the sexual.
You tilt that head and go, oh, you mean you take the fist? Yeah.
I don't do all the sexual innuendos anymore. They're cheap jokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
they got to be a little more heads.
Did you grow up? Is what you're trying to tell us?
In the last 5 minutes, since
Bill asked if it's a clean show on the 27th.
Yeah. Let's make it a clean show.
Yeah. Kiss my
Industries. Hey, what's going on here with his
We'll take a shower.
I don't ask those kind of questions. Okay. It's none of my business.
Okay. Cool. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for checking us out. We are the Pelon and Chubby podcast on Podbean, iTunes, everywhere you can get your podcasts.
Pelon and Chubby Show. We're on a podcast and the Bean. I don't know where else we're on. Maybe YouTube someday. Maybe.
We're on YouTube.
Hell no.
We're on
Yeah, but they don't. They can't
see us.
They can only hear us.
But you know, got you know, don't you know?
I don't know that one.
Why don't we have video on YouTube?
Huh?
YouTube video platform.
Ending out the comedy preview. I didn't do La Jolla, the Comedy Store in La Jolla, because you guys need to get your shit together, man. You're a big comedy club. You cannot access your calendar or website, so I'm not going to talk about it. Not like you guys even give a fuck if I do a review on it anyway, but you probably should eventually.
All four of us would
get your website to work so people can see who's going to play there. And so I can talk about it and I can give you the pick of the week. So my pick of the week is obviously, it's a fucking no-brainer. Eric Griffith at the Improv in Irvine. If you're down this way and don't feel like driving all the way to Irvine, which just to give you a little heads up, the Pelon and Chubby bus will be making a weekly trip to the Improv in Irvine for a weekly show there.
What?
We'll be making a trip once a week. So if anybody wants to jump on, your ticket for your admission will be included in the price of the bus trip. And we'll head up there, watch the show, and head back home. So it is my favorite club of all. And I would drive an hour up, an hour back to not have to go to any of these fucking toilets.
Yeah.
Just spreading the love.
Save that for the love. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. That's where the heart comes at. Comedy Talk with Heart. Yeah.
Comedy Talk
So pick of the week, go up, drive up to
promoting you toilet.
nice restaurants, good-looking people. Go up to the
always
Improv
good-looking people. That's
and
right.
have some fun up there in OC. But you don't want to live there. You just want to go up there and tear up their fucking city and get out.
That's right.
Fuck your couch.
Rick knows.
Couch.
Pelon knows what healthy is. Gravy, healthy.
So that's it for
healthy.
the comedy preview. Let's get into these current events, man.
Let's do
There's
this.
some craziness going on. The president uninvites the Philadelphia Eagles.
You are not invited.
That was a touche before a touche.
It had nothing to do with
An
kneeling.
attouche? Is it an attouche?
Attache.
Yeah.
It was trashy.
That was a slap to the NFL organization.
You know, that reminds me of like in high school when you knew like
I don't like you. You don't like me. Well, then screw it.
you had like you're going out with this chick
too loud.
and somebody gave you the heads up that she was going to break up with you. So you broke up with her before she broke up with you?
So what he did was a Costanza.
Yeah.
Preemptive breakup. You know, Costanza. Preemptive breakup.
He thinks he's sly, you know, but fuck, everybody knows that one.
Well, you don't want. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be the dumb he is, basically what it is. So
Right.
he keeps calling the Kim Jong-un on again, off again. That's ridiculous.
I heard like 10 million soldiers are in need of food over there right now.
But now they've got
That's
this
like- it's
super
crazy.
crazy North Korean extra security force that's being hired to babysit this thing. So it's going to go down, but
What?
You think it's going to go
Your
down?
meeting?
they're meeting. It's going to happen.
Is he going to meet with them or is he going to
another
send one of his flunkies?
Something coming over from that.
One of his body doubles.
You know, my thing is,
What's your thing?
why would you even
I think they call it
acknowledge?
Little Wee White.
Why would you even acknowledge this guy's existence? Once he started talking shit, why didn't you just be like, "I'm sorry, is there a flea on me?" Somebody. The guy is so insignificant. That country is so insignificant. There is no point in even acknowledging their existence.
Strategically.
Are you kidding me right now?
Strategically.
What are you talking about? 2 fucking bombs and the place disappears.
Oh my god!
We've
Do
launched
they really
280
even matter
of
in the
them
whole
within
scheme?
the
It's
past-
because
Of
they're
this
right
whole,
next to
I'm not saying
China.
ask
Right
people.
next to- oh my
I'm not saying
God.
ask people. I'm saying
They're right next to China.
China.
dude, we don't need them for anything.
What, China?
Yeah, they do.
Dude, you can go out there in the ocean and fucking target practice on China if you had
Oh
to.
my god!
You really need North Korea? You got South Korea already.
We don't
Yeah.
have South Korea, North Korea.
Wow, the problems that
That
would create.
right there
Yeah.
alone brings.
What do we really need
No, I know what
that
you're saying.
shithole of a country?
I understand, but there's
I love Trump's clothes.
people there. Yeah, when he's, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, but they were sending pictures out from North Korea.
Yeah.
There's some hotties over there. Jeez.
Is that the resource that you're looking for?
That's all they
After
got. That's all
calling
the
this
only purpose
shithole
they have to
country.
me.
Yeah, what? There's some hotties over
What
there.
other
That
purpose
shithole
would they
place,
have?
huh?
What else do I want out of there? Pelts and fucking beans? What?
No, shitholes.
Pelts and
Hottie,
Pelts and
hottie
beans.
little
Is
shitholes.
that what,
Shit to grow.
do they
and
have up
fucking,
there? Do they sell
You
a lot
want
of pelts
hottie
out of there?
little
Or
shitholes?
they're hanging out with Ted Nugent and stuff, and they're selling pelts and jerky.
Pelts?
Beef jerky.
What other purpose?
Hey, man, I love you, Ted. Uncle Ted, man.
What other purpose would they serve to us? What do we need them for?
They're a major contributor to the economic and the manufacturing, dude. They have resources, a lot more resources.
So if they were wiped off the map, the world would fucking fall apart.
Well, we wouldn't be in a position to overcome that area. We won't be able to control it.
You know that
China
we could
would.
be a fucking mobile home.
China would.
But China's in the perfect.
And then guess what happened to
could be.
us?
So we need that ally.
We could
need
be
that positioned
a
ally.
self-sufficient mobile home.
We can't because
We can.
collect a lot of
California can be its
All
own
of our
freaking
products
state.
come from China.
Do you know? Oh,
Stop it.
speaking of,
Stop it.
speaking of, let's talk
All
on
of our
that for a
products
minute.
come from China.
California. Now that you brought it up, now that you brought it up, California was voted the worst state to live in the nation.
75% of the residents
I
in
agree.
California could not afford a home.
Based on the price of cost of living.
Cost
here.
of living.
Either you're rich or homeless. Was it 500,000?
You're rich or poor.
500.
Homeless
There is
people?
no such thing as a middle class in the state of California.
So what? I'm rich?
You're rich, bitch.
What?
You're rich.
Damn, Rick James, I'm rich, bitch.
You're rich, bitch.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's like based
I
on
live in
that.
downtown Vista. That would make me poor.
So let's move out to Tornado Alley. Let's move out to the fucking frigid tundra is the East Coast and the North where all the Great Lakes and shit are. Let's go live there and live that miserable
It's like
fucking life.
The resources or
How
the.
about no?
How about no?
Hey,
Yeah.
I would totally live someplace else.
Who made that list?
Montana or something
Yeah.
beautiful like that.
You're stupid.
Are you sure?
Even in-
You would
huh?
Are
freeze
you
your
sure?
balls off the
Oh
first
yeah,
2 months.
if without my son in school, I would totally move.
You
You know,
Now we have a show that we're working
Because they
on
have
right now.
seasons. That's the
I
lamest.
love seasons.
That is the
I love
lamest
seasons. I
excuse
love rain.
for living in one of these
I love
fucking
the outdoors.
godforsaken
You love the
lands.
outdoors, but you live in California.
Yeah,
Wait a
because
minute.
Yeah, right.
What?
we
We don't-
moved
yeah,
here
yeah,
to take
right.
care of my grandmother.
We don't have outdoors.
My grandmother was
I know,
getting
right?
old.
That's
Fucking
so we
Daniel
took care of
Boone
her.
over here.
This
Huh.
guy.
Huh? We don't have fucking.
We got seasons. We got 3 seasons here, man.
Yeah.
Seasons change. We got all of
I
that.
like the
We
one
got
we're always in.
Taxes and
Perfect.
taxes.
It's always 70.
Always 70.
Is there a problem with that? Does
Not a
anybody
problem
have an
at
issue
all.
with that?
There's always fires.
Do they have oceans
Yeah.
like we have?
We have a season of fires, and then we have a season
But
of.
okay,
and then
let's
we have
put
a
it in
season of,
perspective real quick. The fires. What percentage of those fires are arsons?
I think it's done for economic control. Especially the one up in the Azusa and the Elisa
Conspiracy
Maceo.
theorist.
No, it's economic control.
So what's the percentage of arson started fires?
I don't know. Half? I don't know. You have to ask.
More than
ask,
half.
ask a fire.
Above 80%. I'm gonna tell you
Above,
that right
yeah,
now.
you know.
Maybe could be. There's a lot. Yeah.
So-
I think it could be.
Does it
could
have
be-
anything to do with
It could
California,
be
really?
terrorists.
Does it have anything to do with
Seriously.
California?
Well, okay, so they need
And what caused the mudslide?
They
Was
need
the
government
fire?
funding.
Right.
They need government
Right,
funding,
right.
so they'll claim
Combination of both.
the mudslides, they'll claim
How
the
about this?
earthquakes, they'll
We're
claim the fires.
solving the fire problem
how about
on the
this?
Pelon and Chubby show.
How about
Tune
this?
in.
Let me be sensitive for a moment.
Uh-oh.
If you can't afford it, get the fuck out. How's that? Is that sensitive enough?
That's
No.
perfect.
Thank you.
You said it
Thank
just like
you.
that.
Thank you.
I'm currently
It's
battling this guy
better.
playing the guitar or some sort of ukulele type of thing.
Yes, or ukulele.
Oh,
Is he? I don't know.
We call
So,
it ukulele.
whatever.
what the head has some jack.
but my thing is, why do we have to have a bailout?
Well, because California.
Where's the money coming from? If
So
not?
what? It's a nice place to live.
If they turn off the water.
What? So Hawaii, because it's expensive to live there, we should lower all the prices. Okay, because it's a nice place to live.
Gotta come live somewhere.
Right. If you can't afford it
Yeah.
here, then leave.
Just like after every time there's a war that ends, everybody goes
Why?
somewhere. and
You know
they
what?
go to California,
Why
so
should we?
they-
Why should we create all this low income housing so that my property value goes down?
Well, what happened with that was the city of Vista got a federal grant to redo their underground utility infrastructure. So in the process of that was the only stipulation was to do affordable income housing, low income housing. I live in the most studio single bedroom place in downtown Vista, and I still can't make more than $56,000 a year based off that. That's called low income.
Right.
Anything below that, you're dirt.
So
poor.
why are they erecting all these fucking low-income housing
People
in
making
the city?
$100,000 living in vans in Silicon Valley that are engineers.
In this city, and it's going to bring down my property value. If
No, you do that yourself.
No,
Just being you.
Hey, all they got to do if you can't
No,
afford
nothing.
it, if you can't afford it here, move to Santee or fucking some shithole, El Cajon or fucking Arizona,
I thought you were going to say Hemet.
Hammett.
Those
yeah.
are bailout zones for sure.
Yeah, move there.
How about
Marietta, all
Tijuana?
that out there, Menifee.
I know there's a
TJ.
great. I know there's a real great
That's
bailout.
where I live.
There's a great bailout area
Chico.
called
That's
TGI
right.
Fridays.
Marietta.
Hey,
the power, man.
we would actually be fine if all the poor fucks moved out of here. We'd be okay with it.
I think Chili's and TGI Fridays should be our only bailout zones. Those people.
Hey,
they
who
need
would
help.
be running your Taco Bells and your Del Tacos, you know?
I don't care if they disappear too.
You know, that's right.
They'd be
That's
doing
right,
me a
because you go
favor.
to places with $800, you got a silver spoon in your mouth. You know what I mean?
I don't like that.
You got a silver spoon.
We don't need out.
You're wearing that expensive hurly-burly kind of hat right there, man. You dressing so fine and nice, man.
we don't
I
need
think you
out.
did know that lady.
I don't think we need to.
Y'all think you knew who's talking. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't
That's
think.
right. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think we need to bail out or be sympathetic or whatever. You want to
To
live
Puerto
next
Rico.
to the ocean, it costs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
We live 6 miles
so
from
what
the
are we
ocean.
talking about? Who made up this stupid?
I can't even see the ocean from my house.
one of the worst places to live because you can't afford it. Why does that make it? Why does that determine whether it's the worst place or not? Maybe for
Yeah, that's some
you,
bullshit. Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, it is.
True.
But for us that can afford it, that are willing to get bent over and take it like a champ, we like it.
Yeah, why can't we be like Pelon and bend
See,
over
it all
and take
comes
like a
back to
champ?
fisting.
Some people get fisted more than others, I'm just saying.
It just comes
Some
back to
people
that.
do it.
It always comes back to that.
So, what else is in the news? What
Anybody
else?
else got a comment out there, please, for us?
What else?
Bill Clinton,
What was the song? Ooh,
20-year-old
Bill
event,
Clinton back in the fucking news. God damn it. Anyway,
and
keep going.
Monica with the push for the Me Too movement
Monica, too.
actually wants some more minutes of fame and says that Bill never apologized to her directly.
I thought she said he didn't kiss her after that.
What do you
She
mean
was like-
apologize? Apologize for what? She's the one that took it in the mouth like a dirty hoe. Anyway, just
She
Why is
pursued
she a dirty
him.
hoe?
She pursued him. She tried to break up their marriage.
She did somebody a favor. Look at how she's being treated.
right?
Wrecked his presidency.
She probably got
destroyed-
paid
How
more
did
than
she wreck
Stormy
it?
Daniels did. All right, let's
Did
be
she-
real
hey,
about
I
this.
feel your pain.
That's the problem. There, no, Mark.
Did
no.
she violently?
Oh, she didn't. That's why she's saying.
She still got the dress though.
Hey,
I
did
feel
she-
your
did
pain,
she
Monica. I
violently-
do, but
She's
don't
still,
be
she's
going
still
me
holding
too, okay?
evidence.
Don't be going me
Hello?
too. I feel your pain,
Brush your
Monica.
teeth.
But
Hey,
don't be
did
going
she
me
violently
too.
take it
You
out
too,
of his
you know.
pants?
Yeah.
She
He had a
aggressively
kid.
pursued him.
So what?
She knew. She showed her.
He's a grown man.
He teased her. You don't have a 22-year-old
Come on, dude.
intern.
You ain't gonna flash
Here's,
that.
here's the
So,
explanation.
man was
explanation.
running. She's gonna get her goose slain, all right?
Hey, that's our
About
president,
this.
man. What you talking about,
Yeah.
man? That's
Dude,
our
there's-
president. He was. It was. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Cut him a.
Hey, you
Yeah,
sound like
cut President Clinton or Trump. Cut them both some slack,
you sound,
all right, man.
you sound like Jimmy Swagger.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Hey, honey.
Make it right.
Hey, yo, Jimmy. I'd have to listen to some Jimmy.
or
Work on it.
or what's the other one? Kenneth Copeland.
So in a heated moment, Bill Clinton said,
James
"No,
Robinson.
he doesn't owe her an apology. He
How-
apologized to everybody else. He had to.
Except
Hey,
He doesn't have to.
So, guy, TV evangelist comes on and he says, God wants me to have this aeroplane
Oh my God.
to
70 million?
get
Those
get his
stupid
work
motherfuckers.
$53
We
million.
got all these goddamn churches with private fucking jets, and their only probably excuse is God said, hey, you know what?
53
God said, I need $10 million to get
Those
me
guys
some
aren't.
sight."
Those
Hey,
guys
hey,
aren't
hey,
real
hey,
Christians.
I want some sight. Hey, God's telling me.
Hey,
right
they're
now.
real to me. If he can,
Hey,
if he
God's
can
telling
get
me-
people
God's
to-
telling me that you
I
guys
say-
need
to pony
donate
up
to
for
the
I say,
Chubby
suck
Show.
it, buddy.
Hey, we need. We
Feverman
need to get
says,
this
"Suck
party bus
it,
going,
pal."
right? You need to donate to the Pelon and Chubby Show. This
Hey,
is God saying this
he
shit.
has unbelievable faith
Unbelievable faith.
to
This
believe
guy's cuckoo
that
for
God is going to
motherfucking
provide
Google Puff faith about this
$53 million for a private jet.
shit. And he's going to get it too.
Oh yeah.
Because these
knows
motherfuckers
his
paid
way.
for
He
it.
might, yeah.
I
That's
could
what
start a
I'm talking
GoFundMe for
Hey.
$2,000 and couldn't get no type of support. This
It's
dude's
just-
going to get a plane.
It's his fourth
You
one.
should use a white person for your picture next time and not
He has
yourself. I'm
three
just saying.
$53 million, $53 million.
Well, I'm sure they're not as expensive because he has to grow with God, you know. But yeah, he
good.
The power of the Bible can get your ass a private motherfucking
he's
jet, dude.
convincing.
Big old jet
He's convincing,
airliner, don't
I'm
carry
gonna-
me too far away.
I'm
Big
writing on
old
narrow
jet airliner, 'cause it's here where I got to pray.
But then, you know, there's all these company jets there. You get all these private jets and whatnot. And
What a chode
I was
smoker.
watching one show. There's this
Yeah,
private
but they're
jet.
paid
with-
by company profits.
Yeah, 300. No, tax-paying
Not by
dollars,
poor
dude.
saps believing
These
that they're
are
going
paid
to
by
get
every
something in
member of
return.
that
They're going to
congregation
get
that
a
goes
seat in
to
heaven.
church and pays 10% of their tithing. That's
Yeah.
what goes to
and
that
then the
jet,
churches
dude.
are tax
And then
free.
guess what? That church is only open one day of the motherfucking week for people
No,
to
their
go in
business
and
is
chill out, dude.
ongoing, man.
Yeah.
We have community outreach. We have building funds. We have things
They have
to
schools.
do. They have schools.
Let's keep in mind, this is televangelists
Right.
we're talking about. I'm not
We're talking about
we're not-
churches
I'm
in
not talking
general.
about like a church. Like I go to.
There is a funny joke, though. and I don't know
There
how
is
it
a
goes.
funny joke. I
It's
mean,
a joke. I didn't write it, people, so don't get
Okay.
excited. But this guy is like, he's a pastor of a church, and this guy's asking him, how is it that you figure out what part of the collection is? You know, they pass the collection. He's back there, he's counting it all. And he says, how is it that you determine which is God's and which is yours? He says, well, we do it very, very like democratically, and God lets me know exactly what He wants. So what I do is I throw all the money up to the heavens, and whatever comes back, I keep.
You should queue up something.
I've been to church collections where they just took the basket and they start counting out, and they didn't make enough, and so we had to have a number, and so they were like, come on, I know you got some more money, because this is ridiculous. Usually they take it to the back and they just do a count, and then they pray over and they thank it. But when
I'll
they
tell
start
you
pilling it out and start counting it in front of the congregation, that is
Baptist
just
churches
horrible.
are
Baptist churches
are the worst as far as that goes.
the money and collection, they
We
will.
just suckered your ass,
come
and
on
we're gonna
now.
show
Yeah,
you
come
what
on
we
now.
just did.
We only got 140. I know you got some more change on you. I know you got some more on you. Yeah,
But we all
There
volunteers
was enough
paid.
money to pay for Cadillac number 1. And girlfriend number 1, 2, and 3.
and the
But
building
this
fund.
new one I got number
And
4.
the building fund.
Woo,
You got to
thank
give the
you,
building
Jesus.
fund. You got to give to the building
But
fund.
this one got a sweet tooth and
Pastor
got
got
a
a
taste
house
for
this
gold
month.
like no
Thank you,
other.
dear Lord. Thank you, dear
And if I'm gonna keep her happy, I'm gonna need you to dig deep in your pocket.
In your pocket.
And you
You see,
like you've never given before for another Cadillac and girlfriend number 5.
Sounds like the royal wedding, Pastor. That was great. That was great. Do that again. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
no relation to a church that I go to, but these guys have seen them on the TV preaching about the promised
right. And let's give it up for the
Tells me
Golden
believe
State
in Jesus.
whooping
There you go,
ass
there's one.
again for the second motherfucking time, which we all knew.
They
We all
still
knew it was
gotta
going to
they
happen.
gotta
Just
win a couple
hey.
more.
Sometimes you just got to give it up, LeBron. I'm just fucking saying,
God,
just,
man, this series so far has gone great, but I've seen this before.
You can only be
The Warriors-
18 for so long, but
The Warriors went up 3-1. I don't know if you recall a couple of years ago.
Hello. Welcome to the Pelon and Chubby Show. I think we've got a caller on the line.
What?
Yeah, I can talk to Jay Feverman, please.
Jay Feverman. Pass
Yes,
the mic.
please.
We can't hear it. Put it on the microphone so you can hear it.
Okay. How do I put it on the microphone? Like that? Hello.
Hi, yes, dear. Do you know how the big black remote is for the TV?
It's Mrs. Fieberman. She wants to know where the big black remote is for the TV. Don't you have the big black remote over there,
Why
guy?
was she called the Pelon and Chubby?
I'm pretty sure.
Honey,
I am the big black remote.
That's underneath the probably underneath the couch where Little Fever probably kicked it. How you doing? How's Little Fever doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
She says, "How you doing?" I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. That's the first time my beautiful Miss Feverman calling in, man. All right.
Yes,
Just checking what the number was that called your phone.
That's she's just like, what's going on? She's checking. Who just called that phone? Who's that calling my hubby?
There's an old joke that
Hubby
would
Chubby.
be perfect for this situation.
That was awesome.
That's super tasteless, but
Okay. Can you hear, honey? Can you hear what he's saying?
no, I'm not going to do it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you the tasteless
Please
joke
tell her
later.
she's on the phone.
Thank you. I love you. And
I love
okay.
you too.
All right. Okay.
Have fun.
Anytime anybody would ask a question like that, like where's like friends,
That's awesome.
we'd always say if it's in your ass,
Okay.
you'd know it.
Bye. Love you.
Yes, I love you.
You're like, where's the beer at? If it's in your ass, you'd know it.
All
But
right.
that would be appropriate.
That's.
You might not be coming home.
Yeah, Jay has to check in now. She got the number from his call record. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jay's on a leash.
So the
She's not watching, is she? Hi, Miss Feverman.
where were we?
We were in the middle of.
The Warriors. and then
Golden
what?
State whooping.
Okay, so they were up 3-1. Remember?
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then Green gets
Suspended.
and then everything went to
And
shit.
they fell cold.
And they lost.
They got hurt a little bit. And then in that last 2 minutes of that game.
Do you know who?
But like STDs, they came back.
Right.
And, they're taking off.
That was good. That was good.
Herpes is one of the most famous for that.
No.
I was going with genital
The
warts,
STD,
but
which takes 18 years to get rid of, they come back to.
Oh, yeah?
We're talking kids here.
we're talking NBA. It takes a while, but they come back.
What was that?
I feel a song.
Green. For the Warriors.
Feel a song too.
You know who
Cat
his-
Scratch Creepers.
You know who his manager is? Whose agent is?
Who?
Same guy that did
Ex-NBA player.
Joe Pesci.
NBA player.
Yeah.
Kenny Smith.
I was surprised.
Who's
No.
his manager?
It is.
Joe Pesci.
No, it's it's a player. Who was it?
Oh my God!
I can't even remember now.
How can you come with facts and not have the facts?
Whatever. I just heard it.
Man.
I just
With
heard
facts
it.
that bring fixed.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Who,
That's what I'm talking
who
about.
called
right?
from Temecula on my phone?
No, it didn't call you from.
He
That was
called
called
out
the Pelon and Chubby line.
95. They
Yeah,
called
that was-
my phone.
No, they call Pelon and Chubby. You just happen to get everything dialed in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You just perfect. Don't keep that in your phone log, else your wife is gonna call it, and then they're gonna have a nice little tete-a-tete. Don't check your phone.
All right, anybody else got some news up in this bitch?
What do you got, Mark? What do you see lately?
Hey, I told you about
Yeah,
the
what have
Golden
you
State
seen
Warriors,
lately,
dude.
Mark?
I haven't seen.
You didn't
Yeah,
tell
I'll
us
tell you what I've seen. Not a goddamn thing. I had this dumbass. I'm gonna tell you. I paid rent, and I was walking up the street, and I had this dumbass straight up just like walk like. Okay, obviously I can tell he went from the left side of the sidewalk to the right side of the sidewalk, and then went back to the center and
Because you got
stopped.
that spider.
And dude,
sense,
well, yeah, dude, I can obviously hear him step from the left to the right and then back to the center and stop. I'm like, dude, I'm standing there going, dude, like, figuring out which way he's going to end up walking on the side of the sidewalk. Because, I was thinking about, like, I'm shorelining the right side of the sidewalk, minding my business. Like, what the fuck you doing, dude? Like, so I was stopped there, figuring out what he's doing, dancing back and forth. I'm like, dude, are you stopped right in the center of the sidewalk? And he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, dude, you're fucking, he comes walking by, and I'm like, dude, next time I'm going to plow your dumbass over, just like, retarded. Why would you stand there right in front of the sidewalk?
Right,
And that's
right
like,
in the center.
like, dude. Honestly, my canes for props. I can see you doing it. I'm just saying. No, I'll run his ass over next time. It just other than that,
Stand in
that's
the place where you live.
Yeah.
Now face place.
Don't think about the rich and wonder why you don't live in now. Just exactly, you know, like something like that.
We got a call in.
Hello.
We got a call in.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, go louder. Go louder.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Won't you tell me? Is that?
Hello. I love
Rogelio.
you. Won't you tell me your name?
Can you hear it? Call in, dude.
Can you call in again?
How was the call?
Hey, we heard you. I don't know if you heard us. That's all I got to say about that.
We gotta be able to play that.
Now think about the rich and wonder why you don't have it now.
I could. Turn that thing on. I'll go Bluetooth on there. The speaker?
Okay.
Just don't hit the left one. Don't do the volume. No, it'll be fine. I'm telling you, it's fine.
Son of a bitch.
Stop crying. Stop crying.
Who moved this?
So I can hear you.
Flip the switch.
With the flick of the switch.
What the hell, Mark?
What?
You don't do that.
Switch?
You don't do that.
Okay. Switch.
What do you do?
Switch.
Hey, on the side, there's a switch.
Switch.
Ooh, shot me, Marco.
You pull that cable out.
This is ridiculous. We've reached 1,000.
You see the switch?
I like that. Do that again.
And then there's a power button. Yeah, on the top. That thing, that circle with the little lines. You see it? Not press it. See the circle with the line? Hold it down. The dial on the left, don't turn it off. That's for the guitar. That one. These ones are button pressers.
He's one of those. Jay Feverman. What are you doing?
Hey,
Put it on BT.
get your finger out of there. Oh,
Press
Yeah,
that.
iPhone, I
Press
don't
that
know
round. Okay, it's connected.
you gotta have iTunes.
my
Oh,
God.
So it's connected.
this might be a
Let's
while.
go like this.
One man, one
One way.
finger,
One man.
one row of buttons.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the
Pelon
outro.
and Chubby show. Please call in again if you did. We heard you, but you didn't hear us, apparently. Sucker. Anyway. Turn it up. We got the noise.
I want to rock.
Watch it totally just blow us up
Don't
tonight.
touch the dial on the left.
I'm pretty sure we're about to be blown up. We're gonna
Hello?
we're gonna get blown up.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, it's too bad.
It's on BT.
It's on red.
On source, hit BT.
Hit BT.
BT.
BT. Bluetooth. That's the one that says BT. Can you see it? Do you want me to point it out to you?
Yeah, it does. It says BT. Keep pressing the button.
Chingada chingada. I got your ass and bees tea.
I don't see it.
No?
You see it?
Don't see it?
Boom, 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 boom. Ooh.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know what?
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom, boom.
All right, so we have.
So why don't you just finger it out? Oh.
Hold on, little girl.
Keep pressing it. Yeah.
Press it
Keep
again.
pressing it again. And then
Again?
it changes.
Push it again. And again. Oh, wait.
Don't
Go
hold it
back.
down. Just press it.
Right there.
Well, it's true. It's true. Get
Cinco
up
la
above
chinga.
both of you. So come on, baby. Come on over. Let me be the one to show you.
How to turn this BT on. Oh.
Turn BT on. The Bluetooth on. Feel it too.
Did you get it?
What's up, Ivan J?
Retarded.
We're only
The power button.
Bring it over here.
Are we still live?
Power
Are we
now.
still live? Are we
Got
still
enough power
going?
now. And we're out, people.
Are we
Thanks
still
for
live?
checking us out. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for the 100K likes. Thanks for the love. I saw a share, so you guys definitely want to put this one out there for you.
Share it. That's awesome. Share it again.
Check out the website.
Share, talking shit.
Could turn back time if I could find a way. I'd turn on that Bluetooth and you'd stay.
You see the power button?
No. Nope.
She was shaking.
So anyway, back to the news.
Go ahead, Mark.
Moving her fingers.
That was the news.
We're talking about the center guy? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
The guy who was in your way, blocking your path?
You were totally blocking my path in my way.
Punked him, man.
You
I
punked
gave
me
you a
so
ride,
punked.
dude. What are you talking
I was punked with him being punked and punked before it even punked. No.
Punk Rock Mark, you look so good, Punk Mark. Little Dead Milkman, man.
Right.
Dead Milkman is awesome.
It says I'm connected.
Oh, you're connected. That's what she said.
I knew you was.
Male motherfucker.
Why are you calling Kurt?
Why are you calling Kurt?
Oh, hey, man, I just need to talk.
We are calling someone for the first time on the Pelon and Chubby show. Someone wants to be called.
I just
Call them,
to say how much I need to get
I
this
just
Bluetooth
called
thing working.
To say,
I just called to
Fuck
say
you!
I don't
Oh.
know what I'm doing, and I mean it from the bottom
I
of
just
my
called
heart.
Hello?
to say.
What's up, man?
There we go.
Yeah.
Called you a dirt. No.
No.
Hey, you're on a live podcast.
We just sitting here messing around on the show. There you go. Just sitting here messing around on the show.
We're on a live
We're
podcast.
on live right now. Are you?
What errands are you running? Who's Aaron?
We're good.
Yo, you're good, brother.
We're good. These three guys here on the show right now.
Mark the Blind Guy,
If you
Jay
go
the
on-
Holy
if you go on
Roller, and
Facebook
Chubby.
right now, you hear yourself. But right, all right, no, I'll get you all messed up.
We'll get you on Big Podcast and you can have us on your phone
You're on the show right now.
right now. You're gonna please have it be Jay Holy Roller. I want to see this.
I tend to wear those all the time, anyways.
He's not lying. For those of you who have never seen him before, I said for those of that have never seen you before, he's not lying. Right. Yeah, you're talking about your special nephews and nieces. Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday at 27. All right, don't be shy. Call in between now and then. All right, then.
Messed up. Father kisses his newborn child before leaving church. We got mocked for having too many kids while being in church. How many kids does this guy have? Like 12 kids?
Oh.
You might get mocked at some point because the church is helping you. Ooh.
It is working.
Oh, he's wilding. Old head gets caught by watching porn at church. How can you sit there and watch porno while sitting in church, man? You gotta be someone old motherfucker. This old guy got caught watching porn in church.
We're listening.
Yeah.
Old guy watching porn.
Did you just stop in the middle of the joke? Mark,
What?
did you just stop in the middle of the joke?
No, I didn't.
was
I'm
the
not
joke?
telling a joke. I'm telling a news heading, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I ain't telling jokes. This ain't no joke. Some old heads watching porn in church, man.
So
The joke is he's old. No, I'm playing.
So, Roseanne.
Woo! Hot stuff.
Roseanne has got herself up some hot waters lately, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right because she's white, and she gets to say whatever she wants to say. She's still worth $60 million. She's still tweet whatever she wants to tweet. But hey, whatever happened to Roseanne?
No, whatever happened to our right to say whatever we want?
Oh, you can't do it.
Well, not in today's America.
Not in today's America.
You gotta listen.
Why?
You gotta listen to the America we live in, man. You have the right to say it, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the right to charge you for what you said. So
Charge me what?
It's like you have the right to slap somebody, but that doesn't mean
different. You're physically harming somebody.
Yeah, but you can still talk them up a storm, and they're going to call you for verbal assault. Disconnect what?
Why can't I say what I want to say?
See, he's disconnected my mic.
I'm not hurt. Whatever happened to sticks and stones will. Like sticks and stones can't hurt me. Where did I go? Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Whatever happened to that? Huh? Hello? America, what's going on? Why are people so sensitive? Why can't we just say whatever? And then people will be like, "Oh, fuck off," or whatever, But no, she's got to lose her job and all that because these hypersensitive people. Dude, if you look at that picture of that lady, I mean, I'm sure she's a nice lady, or she could be a raging bitch. I don't know, but if you look at that picture of her, whoever they're talking about, I saw the picture. She does look like the chick on the Planet of the Apes.
I never saw the picture. What was she talking?
Do you know what she said?
But something
it looked
about
like if the Muslims and somebody from the Planet of the Apes had a baby.
But wasn't she referring to President Obama?
No. This lady.
Oh shit.
This lady that's on this.
That's going
whatever
south somewhere else, Jay. Wow.
So was she just trying to
lady that's in politics.
Was she just?
It was just a shitty joke.
It was a crappy joke, and people flipped.
So I mean, why are you gonna fucking crucify her over a shitty joke?
I got your joke.
You got a joke, Mark?
We were off the stage, but
yeah, I got a joke. And when he thought vagina was gonna save his life, but all it did was stink up the room.
I'm gonna take a little latitude with the lyrics. So
what?
You didn't get the joke. See? I said, yeah, you did. See? I said, when he thought vagina was going to save his life, but when it did was stink up the room.
Nice.
So damn. Anyway, that's just.
That reminds me of a joke.
A joke?
Okay. That Red Fox told a long time ago.
Here we go.
Did I ever tell?
Nope.
You ever heard me?
Not here.
Is your name
It's
Red Fox?
It's a Red Fox joke. That's why I preface that.
Sounds like little Johnny jokes. Anyway, keep going.
So Red Fox, he says there's a couple and they're laying in bed. And the husband turns over to the wife and says, "Honey, I think I'm going to get me a pet skunk." She says, "A pet skunk? Why you want a pet skunk? And where are you going to keep this pet skunk?" He says, "I thought I might keep it under the bed." Under the bed? What about the smell? He said, "Well, shit, I had to get used to the smell. That motherfucker's going to have to get used to it, too."
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, yes. Man. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
So, I guess my Planet of the Apes joke isn't going to go over as well as it used
Isn't
to.
as good as Roseanne's.
But I think on the 27th, I might tell it.
Just
Let's
to
say
see.
that Roseanne text me this joke. I'm gonna tell you.
You have to pull your phone out right before you say it. Don't just be like, "Oh, hey guys, I just got a text message from Roseanne." Just like, hold on.
Rosie, I'll tell.
Hold on, Rosie. Hold on. You gotta play
away
it
the
off well.
inside secret, so
Anyway.
But that should be fun. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think there's any limits on what you can say.
She's a comedian. She's allowed to say this shit, man. Let her be.
Yeah, the whole thing is, I saw the hoopla over.
I don't know why people are getting hoopla about it.
It's a bunch of sensitive people that should never go to a comedy show.
People are definitely too sensitive.
Ever.
So we have another musical request
Oh, nice.
for
Didn't know we were.
Jay the Holy Roller.
Didn't know we were karaoke.
Tesla's actually, it's a request for Tesla. It's from Jeff again.
Didn't know we were a karaoke
They
show.
actually
It's not
are.
karaoke.
They actually are one of my favorite groups, and I actually got to
I love Tesla.
meet and drink with a couple of those guys,
Me too.
and they were totally cool, man.
I fucked one of their wives.
You would.
Nice.
Was it Brian Wheats?
Brian Wheat's wife, actually.
No, Brian
He
Wheats.
passed-
Actually, he's cool, dude.
He passed the Wheats around.
No, man,
He gave me the Wheats.
that's a
then.
bad joke. Actually, Brian, you're cool, brother.
All right.
You played the bass and the piano.
Is he-
Jay's
hey,
taking
is he-
spin
is he
on
dead?
No,
Tesla's.
no, he's not
that's
dead.
I thought somebody saying that.
Signs.
I mean, like,
No,
fuck
no,
it.
the drummer's
He's
brother
not there.
died recently.
Signs. Everybody.
No, this
We're
is
not doing signs. Don't worry. You just
sit back and relax.
Just sit back. I may take some liberty with stuff.
Did you see the request already, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's there. That's a problem.
It's what you give.
Who's the one that makes you happy?
Well, Mark's
And
good.
you know who's the one
It's always on your mind.
Do it.
Well, then,
Yes, it's true. And who's the one
reason
that
you're
makes you
okay.
live for?
Okay, we're gonna start over. Hold on.
Mark.
Come on,
This
we're
is,
trying
this
to.
is Jay. This is Jay.
All right, well then,
Go, Mark. Go. It's a duet.
do it.
Hey, Mark. The words are right there.
Flag it.
Mark.
Alright,
That's
guys,
very
sorry
loud.
about the noise
So you
being
know.
reverberation. They don't know how to do shit around here.
Turn it down right there.
one of my favorites from Tesla. Going out, shout out to Jeff.
Everybody out there, we got
Go here.
a little Tesla for you.
Now who's the one that makes you happy? And you know who's the one always on your mind? And who is the reason you're living for? Who is the reason for your smile? I feel so lonely and I know I'm not the only one to ever feel this way. I love you so much I lose track of time, lose track of the days. I'm going out of my head, gone crazy. I'm going out of my head. Can't think about nothing but your good, sweet love and what you giving.
Hey, that's Mark, and
Jay Feverman.
Jay the Holy Roller.
Roller.
So we got, hey, hold on.
A little bit more. Go ahead, boys.
We're going to do one more.
Go ahead, a little bit more.
The words are right there for you.
Everyone needs somebody,
Yeah.
and you know everybody needs someone.
Then I guess it's true. Everybody needs a special kind of love. And you're the only one I'm thinking of. You mean the world to me. You are my only. I feel so lonely and I know I'm not the only one to carry on this way. I love you so much, I think I'm going insane. Going crazy.
Going
Out of my head, going crazy.
going
Out of my head. Can't think about nothing but your good, sweet love. What you give, it's not what you got, it's what you give. All right.
Woo!
So
Oh my goodness! Oh
Bringing
my
the
God.
heat.
Love those dudes, man.
Good times, good
They're
times.
good dudes. When I met Jeff
Let down the long hair for
and
those guys.
and Tommy,
Good
Jeff and
times.
Tommy, me
And the
me
sign
and my boy
said,
Russ, we
long-haired people
Need not apply. We used to cover that one. We covered that one.
But then Mark showed up with his long
Came outside.
Came outside.
I went in to ask
And I
him
showed
why.
them
He said, "You look
around.
like a fine, upstanding young man. I think you do." So I took off my hat. I said, imagine that. Mark, working for you.
And
Oh, signs,
signs everywhere, signs.
blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Mark says no. Put it in braille.
I can't see.
Good one. Another good one off the hand. I've been really kind of jamming out to lately a lot because I do a lot of bike riding and I listen to music while we're all riding
What's
those
that?
bikes. So it's like a lot of classic rock music on my
Heck yeah,
my
man.
boxes. I'm jamming
She
out,
busts
riding
out.
bikes.
Such as what?
One of
Maybe-
them is it's a good one, but it's like how does he do it? We don't know, but he's that pinball wizard. That deaf dumb blind kid. He
Nice.
sure does play.
That's a great tune, man.
I'm telling you.
I know that one.
What?
I know the song.
You
He plays by
Pinball
sight.
wizard.
You
It's
know,
the
he
Who.
plays by
The Who.
intuition.
Pinball.
You said
He
who?
plays by
Yeah,
sense
you're
of
right.
smell.
Yeah, who?
And
we could go
That's
into
a great-
all
that's a
fucking-
good
who's
one.
on first?
Yeah.
No, who sang that song?
Pinball
Yeah,
It's
who?
the Who.
That's the- exactly.
That's the Who, man.
That's
Wait,
the
who sang that
Who.
song?
It's the Who.
The Who.
Who? That's what exactly.
The Who sing that song.
Who?
I love
The Who
the
sing that
Guess
song.
I guess who was
Guess
it?
who?
Yeah.
American woman, stay away from me. I'm doing the original, not Lenny Kravitz's version. Actually, I love Lenny Kravitz. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Although, see, as a man, Heather Graham riding on the top of the bus was okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk
That
about
was
it.
okay.
But my
We're talking about this deaf dumb blind kid here.
Dude, my
though.
thing is
Yeah.
like
He can play a mean pinball.
Lenny Kravitz,
pin.
Kid Rock, doing other people's songs. Dude, they already got paid for it. Then you doing it and
No, they get no. They, when you take somebody else's tune like that and it does well, the artists do
I
get
know.
paid. They actually enjoy getting
Yeah.
covered.
Wait a minute.
I covered Kiss.
Michael
and Gene
Bublé.
Simmons got paid.
Wait a minute.
I
Harry
covered
Conley.
Deuce.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to get this. Michael Bublé,
Hey.
Harry Conley.
We
Who
talked
else?
about Golden Steak and Shaq got paid. Shut the fuck up, right? I'm just saying.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey. That's
He's picking one. What are you doing? What do you want? You want to do some Michael Bubble?
no.
He's the bubble.
No,
Hey, I've been having some fights with Siri the last couple of weeks.
And what has Siri been doing with you?
telling him the
says-
truth. Putting
says-
him in his fucking place.
She says something, right? She says something, and it always ends with, "That's not necessary."
This bitch.
All right.
And I said, "Look, bitch,
Hey Siri.
I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking
Hey
to
Siri.
my friend,
Fuck off.
and you're chiming in out of nowhere." Like,
Yeah, those devices
Nobody
are listening,
press- nobody
dude. The
press your
devices are
button.
listening.
They're listening to you, man.
Nobody pressure.
They're listening to you. Conspiracy
She says, "That's not how you
They're
say
listening
it."
to you,
I'm
brah. Listening to you,
Who the
brah.
fuck are you? Nobody asked you.
Okay, Google.
That's not necessary.
So you got in a fight with Siri?
I have. Like, we've been going at it for like
Do you
2
know,
weeks now.
like we were saying earlier, somebody else almost got into a fight today.
Fever bed.
Yeah.
Fever
Oh
Man.
yeah, let's
the
talk
Holy
about
Roller.
this fight today. Yeah,
What
what?
would Jay do?
Guy
What
comes
would
in.
Jay-
No, I didn't.
I'm
Guy
not going to
comes
say
in.
the
No, guy didn't
establishment.
do it.
What
Guy didn't do it.
establishment
Not
you were
this
in?
guy. Some other guy.
McDonald's?
Yeah, not
Okay.
this guy.
He's at McDonald's.
No. But he comes in, he looks at me
Jack
and goes,
off in a
"Hey,
box.
why is your shirt wrinkled, man?" I said, "Because I've been working, man."
I've been
And then
jerking
he goes,
at what?
He goes, "You're not going to spit in my food now?" I said, "No, I'm a professional, sir. Of course I wouldn't do that." I sat him down, and then he goes, "And tell the server to get over. We're totally slammed, busy as heck." And he goes, "Tell the server to get over here right away because I'm ready to order now." And I looked over and I said, "Johnny, your table." I smiled. Johnny's head went down. And he just goes, "Oh damn, man. Dave, that's a dumb thing." I was just so pissed. I was gonna.
Wow.
I wasn't-
That was
if
terrible.
I
I know it's
wasn't-
not. I know it's not a classic antidote, but I was pissed.
It's just something that
He was a moose prick.
If-
I love that term, moose
if-
prick.
if
It's
you
not
weren't-
really cursing. It's
if
just
you Why don't
you give him a
describing a
moose
person's
prick?
personality.
If you weren't
Moose
Jay
prick.
the Holy Roller, then it'd be appropriate. But
You were such
you
a
gotta
moose prick
forgive
right
him.
now. You should
Huh?
use
You
that.
have to.
I did. I didn't kill
You're
him.
being such a moose
I was
prick.
gonna knock him out.
Here's a
dude.
perfect situation. Remember that movie I was telling you about, that series on Showtime? Really, everybody should watch it. I'm not trying to sell it, but
I think he'll start.
What is it? What's this series on Showtime?
This Catholic priest
Oh God, turn it
rolls
off.
around with a confessional on a trailer pulled by his bike.
What's this like missionary Catholic style? What the fuck?
He's
Like
in L.A.
And he's
in a rough part of L.A.
You have to charge. He's charging for it.
No, he's not charging nothing.
what part of LA is not
All the
rough these
hookers
days?
So he says, well, obviously there's some things that have happened in your life that are causing you to feel this way. He says, well, what would you do? Well, get rid of them. He said, why would you get rid of them? The good things and the bad things make you who you are, makes you the person you are. If those things didn't happen, it wouldn't make you the person that you are. So that would make you less of a person. So take those things, live with those things, but also let them go. Forgive your transgressors, forgive them, don't go out and do it, but forgive them for what they've done. Mm-hmm. So go out and forgive them, whatever. And his I guess his kind of response, like he stopped and was like, man, where it all made sense because he was molested by this guy that he still feared. And he's now almost 30 something years old. Yeah, the comic. Oh. He was dealing with all these demons, he says, forgive all these monsters.
Oh, yeah. There's stuff that I've had to forgive and stuff. And
so it's
people
pretty...
that I had to forgive because I wanted to friggin' kill them, and I didn't. Then I did all that. But this guy's new. He's fresh.
Right.
All right.
This is a fresh pain right now.
Now you got to go to the...
I'll have to go to the...
refresher course.
I'll have to catch his... Yeah. Yeah.
Forgive me 101.
Yeah, I have to go back. I'll have to catch them later.
Sam Kinison does a joke about that when he's on the cross, Jesus on the cross.
Oh, okay. Why does he have to die?
Yeah, why did he have to die?
Well, maybe I wouldn't have to if someone get a ladder and a pair of pliers.
It'd be a whole different book.
Too loud? Always. Oh, sorry.
So he said, he says, imagine that with all the believers around, standing around watching, couldn't somebody just step up with a ladder and a pair of pliers? It'd be a whole different book.
Yeah.
A whole different story.
Life is good.
So he says and I used to do, how they talk about doing, Robin Williams dies and this guy does his whole set.
Yeah.
Rick Polito, the guy that I told you painted that Sam Kinison picture that I'm going to get, he did a Rodney Dangerfield picture, which I think I want to try and buy that off him too. And I want to have maybe like 6 of them in here. The whole room.
All worthy.
Yeah.
Worthy of it. Man.
So he did. He used to do impressions of Rodney Dangerfield, spot on, in his show, long time ago. In Sacramento. So Rodney Dangerfield died. And somebody called him, but he used to do them in Spanish. Rodney Dangerfield impressions in Spanish. So they called him and said, hey, can you do, your Rodney Dangerfield stuff, as a tribute to him on a show, but in English.
Yeah.
So they said he did it, and they were like, man, we closed our eyes and we could see Rodney in the room. That's how good you are. And he said, man, that's a compliment, huge compliment. But that's how spot on he was to his impressions. So, but the picture's pretty good, man. So I think I want the Sam one for sure. But I think I might get the Rodney one. As long as he's alive and painting, these big name comics that I like, I think I'm just gonna keep on collecting them.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully have a whole wall of tremendous comics. I like that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So we got some work to do. We got to get the flyer going. I got that in the works. We got to get the posters going. We got to get tickets. Tickets are on sale. Dial that number, 760-681-6633, and charge by phone. If you're not going to be there, just buy them anyway and make it a donation to the cause. The cause that's taken over in America. Pelon and Chubby are taking America over, one household at a time, one cell phone at a time, one laptop at a time. We just want to take over the world. We want to preach our gospel across the nation of America, the U.S. of A. It's our version of what's right and wrong. We have our own 10 commandments that we follow, and it is to be funny without cause. We aim to bring the truth, the whole truth, and everything but the truth. So tune in every Tuesday. We're going to make it funny. We're going to do the right thing. What would Jay do? The Holy Roller representing. We're going to take a new vision from the blind guy. We're going to make it a more peaceful world, and every black man in America is going to be loved for Chubby and me. I'm going to just reminisce on the old days when things were done right. Because I could give a fuck what's going on in this world today. Drop a bomb on this place, North Korea. I dare you, motherfuckers. Send me home to that place. Where's that home? Sweet Home, Alabama.
Sweet Home,
Send me to that Sweet Home, Alabama in the sky. I dare you, you fucking North Korean motherfucker. Today. Ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to ride that chariot through the clouds. Let's bring it on.
Sweet chariot.
Though I walk through the valley of darkness, I fear no man. Especially a tiny little Korean man. So bring it on, you little motherfucker. Have a pork chop for me tonight. Assalamu alaikum, all you fucking bomb dropping motherfuckers. We'll see you next Tuesday. This is the Pelon and Chubby Show. You are our favorite crowd. Come see us next week and get a ticket to the show. See ya!
Good night, everybody.